Charcot-Marie Tooth by KatelynEckert. Case study. Sarah is an 8-year-old girl diagnosed with Charcot-Marie Tooth that attends public school and is in the 3rd grade. She enjoys going to school and is able to make friends easily. Occupational concerns. Sarah is diagnosed with Charcot-Marie Tooth, so she has difficulty keeping up in class with writing and cutting due to poor fine motor skills and coordination. This is affecting her role as a student in class for completing assignments. She is challenged with ambulating in between locations in the school due to decreased balance, calf pain, and fatigue. Sarah is too fatigued to play by the time she walks to the playground and typically sits on the bench at recess. This is affecting her ability to play with friends and engage in physical education class, negatively impacting her social participation and isolating her. Strengths. Sarah is able to complete her ADLs with modified independence to get herself ready in the morning for school and at night before bed with the use of adaptive equipment such as a shower bench and lock-handled sponge. She wears loose pullover t-shirts and Velcro fastener shoes. Though fatigued at times, she is able to feed herself with utensils independently. She makes friends easily and is motivated and engaged at school as a student. Safety will need to be addressed as Sarah complains of fatigue, calf pain, and exhibits difficulty with balance. She does not yet use any assistive devices or orthotics for ambulation. However, as the condition progresses, this will need to be re-evaluated, and the OT should assess for any developing muscle contractures. Her feet should also be assessed to assess hammer toes, high arches, and drop foot from weakness. Because this condition can cause impaired sensation, this should also be assessed in order to prevent the chances of burns, cuts, or infections from occurring. The biomechanical frame of reference focuses on impairments that interfere with function when engaging in occupations. This includes ADL training, use of adaptive equipment to prevent deterioration of muscles such as contractures and adaptations for loss of movement. Because Charcot-Marie Tooth does not typically affect lifespan, but does progress, adaptive equipment training and prevention of deformity is pertinent to help these individuals continue to live as independently and functionally as possible. Compensatory. Compensatory techniques are used to help the individual function with improved occupational performance with the use of assistive devices and adaptive equipment. Environmental modification can also be used in this frame of reference. The top-down assessment I used was the Canadian Occupational Performance Measure to assess the child's performance and satisfaction in areas of self-care, leisure, and productivity using a structured interview. This helps to prioritize intervention goals and measure functional outcomes. This provides client-centered care and develops goals that were collaborated with the family. This assessment targets the individual's goals not only in the school environment, but also at home where they may be having difficulty engaging in ADLs and IADLs. Bottom-up approach. The assessment I would use for this is the Spot 2 examination. This helps to develop goals and intervention by using norm references for measuring fine and gross motor skills in order to see where the client is ranking. The descriptive categories and age rankings provide essential information to address the areas most negatively impacted. The OT can then address goals to improve and maintain ability to function in school tasks and stay within age level if possible. 2 occupation-based outcomes. To be able to engage in handwriting and cutting tasks in the classroom for longer periods of time before fatiguing and with improved coordination. With improved adaptive equipment, education on energy conservation, and modifying the environment, Sarah will have improvements with her upper extremity endurance, coordination, and fine motor skills for completing school-related tasks. To have increased functional mobility, endurance, and balance with decreased pain for improving transitions in between classes and improved engagement at recess or PE. With the use of energy conservation techniques for functional mobility and assessment of orthotics or walking devices, Sarah's safety, balance, endurance, and pain will improve. Client will demonstrate improved functional mobility with classroom transitions by utilizing energy conservation techniques with no more than one initial verbal direction on 4 out of 5 opportunities for 6 consecutive weeks. Client will engage in handwriting tasks in classroom setting for up to 15 minutes with use of adaptive foam, pencil grip, and 1 tactile cue before fatiguing 4 out of 5 trials in 6 weeks.